She keeps waving at me. That's my producer. Welcome to Vegas Live with Ninon. Well, you're probably seeing different scenes lately because that's what Vegas Live does. We're shooting all over the place. As you know, we introduce many restaurants, especially in Vegas, obviously, because that's where we film. And today we have Siena Trattoria Italian Restaurant. It's at 9500 Sahara Avenue, I believe, and they have a fabulous menu. They also have happy hour, 3 to 7, and also they have a regular menu here in the restaurant, in the bar area. So this is all new to me, so if I'm messing things up, which I don't ever mess anything up because it's okay. And Ned is laughing because he says, well, hang on a second, you do mess up sometimes, because we're only human, and I love being human. Actually, what else could I be? Anyway, we've got Sally. Well, now I've got Sally laughing as well now. See, if I keep cracking these jokes, I could become a comedian. How are you two?
We're
great.
Extremely busy.
A little tired.
Extremely busy.
Like
They're
very
extremely
excited.
busy. They're extremely happy. Obviously, you know, they represent the Carpenters, and you were just, and I have to bring this up because last time I interviewed you, you were doing a show at Downey. Now, as you all know, the Carpenters came from Downey. And you had a show, you had 750 people or a full house.
Yeah.
Well, tell me what happened.
Sure. Yeah, we were there. The show was May 21st, and it's about, I think it's 738 seats.
Mm-hmm.
We sold out, and it was a very exciting show and such an
Yeah.
honor and a thrill to perform in Downey, the home of the
How
Carpenters.
did you feel representing, the Carpenters and being in Downey, and you're actually where it all started from, and this is what you kind of represent and what you do. How did you feel being there?
As for
No.
me, it felt very electric. It felt there was an honor. We actually invited Richard and his wife Mary, but it was their wedding anniversary that weekend. But we wished them a happy anniversary from the stage.
Of course,
And
yes.
we, wow, because it's from Downey and it's all Downey audience, they
Yes.
get it more than anybody.
Because they know that that's what that was
Yeah.
their band, that was their
Yeah.
people, that was their
And it was a
stuff.
massive stage. And for Sally's Karen Carpenter drum feature, they even had a side stage with a curtain, ta-da! And then she got
Right,
to do
because
her
usually I
song.
have,
playing?
yeah, and
Yeah.
usually I have put these sparkly cloths over, and then I do my own reveal. But we took advantage of these side stages, so when it was time, the curtain comes
The
up,
curtain.
and
But
people love that.
how did you feel? You're actually being on their territory, and you're actually doing that. How did you feel for that? Because you've been through this a long time together, and you've built this incredible sort of team up as the two of you. And how did you feel when you were kind of on stage and performing?
Oh God, exciting!
Yeah.
mean,
Yeah, kind of a goosebump
I was
kind
going
of.
to say,
yeah.
you're playing these drums. This is what she was known
Yeah.
for.
Yeah.
I think the start of her career, I'm not sure.
Yeah, she
Was it?
started out as a drummer.
As a drummer, didn't she? And that's what you sort of did.
Yeah, for me it was
I mean,
kind of the
I would be
opposite.
petrified.
Because I started out as a singer and then learned the drums.
Yes.
And with Karen, she started out drumming and then realized that she could sing.
She could sing as well. So did you, but when you started out singing, did you do the drum thing purposely because you had to learn to play the drums for this?
Yeah,
For
so when I started performing as Karen back in 2015 when I was in Vermont before I met Ned, I had a vision of where I wanted the show to go, and I knew that I wanted to incorporate the Karen Carpenter drum feature into the show eventually. So
Because that was such a part of it.
so I started taking drum lessons back then.
And
then-
she bought a vintage drum set, a 1965 Ludwig, the same
Silver sparkle, just like Karen's.
Just
I
like
had
Karen's.
it
It looks,
decal made.
it's a reproduction of that. Looks exactly.
You've really gone into this. So this
Oh,
is
yeah.
kind of both, this is your career now, both of you.
Yeah, and the fun
100%.
too is that when a lot of people go and expect to see the Carpenters, if they did not have the honor of seeing them live, which as we've said
I
many times
didn't.
here, it's a recreation of their 1976 UK tour. And since
Really?
some of us wasn't born yet, to see it,
Yeah, no, I wasn't born.
yeah, a lot of people go
That's
expecting.
my first lie of the
Yeah.
day.
They go there expecting the big hits, of course. Close to You, we've only just begun, but there's this showmanship side that Karen and Richard does. Karen, of course, has a drum feature, and Richard has a classical piano feature. And so I had some big shoes to fill as Richard
well,
as
yes,
well.
you did, but also at the same time, you were so much like Richard. I mean, this is just, to me, it's amazing how two people in this entire world can get together and actually, perform and look like you look like them.
Yeah. It's,
Well, thank you.
I guess
It's
it's
other-
serendipity,
It's
you know?
definitely
What are the
serendipity.
chances?
Well, they've done that, and now they're doing something else. They're going to be at the Mint on Sahara. Now let's hear about this. You've been hammering and sawing and
Yeah, building sets. And,
they're recreating a set at the Mint
Yeah.
because you're going to be there for how long?
Indefinitely, yeah. I mean, we've been performing mostly out of town with the show and touring, and as much as we love doing that, we really want to do more shows here in Vegas because this is where
Vegas
we live.
this is where you live, but
Right.
also this is the entertainment place in the
Exactly.
world as well.
So-
And it couldn't be a better place to do it.
And it is a better time because we structured it so we're there. We needed to do or wanted to do 6 shows a week, but how
Yes.
do we do it and keep our tour schedule? So what we came up with, we're going to be there Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays.
Yes.
2 shows a day, 4 o'clock matinee
Yeah.
for those who need to be in bed by 7, and one at 7 o'clock. Right.
Okay.
So by doing that, we could have Fridays a travel day, go
You can go for the weekend and
Do
do,
a-
a booking.
do
you
a
can
tour
yes, you can
and
do
be back in time for the next
big.
Tuesday. It's a perfect.
So
setup
you're
for
going to
us.
have a residency there. So this is what they
Mhm.
call a residency. A residency is when you perform, obviously more than once, and you've got it until indefinitely.
June 21st. we
June,
start.
June 21st, you start at 4 p.m.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Are you
Absolutely. We will be.
ready? What a horrible
The show's
question.
ready. It's been ready for
Well,
a
you-
long time, but
yeah,
it's
'cause you've
you know,
been
just
doing it,
logistic
yeah.
stuff. So.
We've been busy working on. Sally's been working heavy on like the advertising. We've had to hire an ad manager now to help us with that.
Wonderful.
We have a marketing director from New York City,
Yes.
and we're going to do the mobile billboards going up and down Las Vegas Boulevard.
Oh my
and
goodness,
so
this
we're
is
going
going
out.
to be amazing.
Yeah.
I've known both of them for a very long time. I forget when you first came on my show, but it's got to be
3 years
I'm,
ago. I think.
I'm getting into my 8th year
Wow.
of doing
It
this
was
show.
shortly after I
Congratulations.
moved to Vegas, so probably
Yes, it was
almost
just
4 years
4 or
ago.
5 years ago that you came on, and I've watched the two of you grow, and sort of get there. And I think you're kind of there, obviously. Do you on each performance do you do the same songs or do you sort of change it up a little bit?
Well, it's a production show.
So it's a
So in
production,
a production show, yeah, obviously there's always that. I used to joke about the difference between like a barber and a hairstylist, right? The
Yeah,
difference
what's
is
the difference?
about $150, right? So there's a
love
difference
that.
between us, like back in the days when doing a gig and
Yeah.
doing a concert.
Yeah.
So it's a concert. So the
Yes.
structure is pretty much the same, but of course I might throw in a little zinger and
I was
add
going
a
to say,
moment.
Adam, because you're so very well known for your what you do as a pianist,
Mm.
very well known. And you're well known as the singer. So between the two of you,
Yeah.
you've kind of got this thing going together.
Yeah. And within the structure, we've been so meticulous about trying to make everything an authentic recreation of the show.
Yeah.
Even our dialogue is what Karen and Richard did. But I still can't help but to throw a little left curveball.
Well, I
once
think
in a
you
while.
should because you are different. You're not them.
Right. So there's wiggle room for a little ad-libbing.
And also, we
keep it
managed to,
fresh.
we're bringing the band too. So I like to have a little rapport with them. We have,
Yeah. So you make it your own at the same time as the Carpenters.
yeah.
So you make it now. How and when is this? So this is next Friday, which is what is the no
Friday.
23rd,
June,
It's Tuesday.
It's Tuesday, June 21st.
21st.
So 3
Uh-huh.
weeks.
So we have 3
3
weeks
weeks from
to
yesterday.
2
get
weeks.
everything ready. It's
3 weeks,
scary.
yeah.
And it's like,
So that's when you start out. They're going
Yeah.
to be their first performance will be 4 o'clock, and then their second performance is 7 o'clock, and they're going to be there. I think I'm trying to remember. Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday.
Yeah.
Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. They're going to be executive days, so that'll be cool.
so we load
And-
in. I just invested. I just bought a van we set up on Tuesdays, we tear down Thursdays, and just over and over again.
Over again, you do that every
You know,
time. Is
yeah.
it hard to set up? I mean, do you seem to do it?
You have
He's
to
like
be.
hands-on, isn't he?
Yeah.
You have to be highly organized.
Everybody has their-
and
Everybody has their job,
Yeah.
to get everything
And you
done. in a
also
timely-
help him because you're very dedicated to what you do, and you've been like that for a long, long time. Where did you get those great? You've got the most enormous eyes I've ever seen. Imagine when you were a baby. Do you know the eyes? Do you know one thing? The eyes never grow. You're born. Yes, I'm quote unquote. When you're born with the eyes you're born, that's how they are.
Wow.
yours are too. I heard.
Hmm?
That's why.
Well,
yours
yeah, but
are.
I got things on. I got stuff covered around
So when you're born, your eyes are the size that they're going to be for the rest of your life.
your life.
Interesting.
Wow.
So you must have had very big eyes, enormous eyes
Yes,
on your
I've
baby.
been told that by my family.
Yeah, well, because you're
Yeah.
beautiful.
I think as a
Absolutely.
performer, that's
An
a
attraction.
plus,
It's
because
the whole body.
things
the
pop
two of
on
them.
the stage.
The two of them
Big
actually
eyes.
pop out there, and a lot of the reason why you also wear the same costumes or same clothes that they wore, so
Yes.
it's exactly all the same.
Oh
everything
yeah,
else.
and she's changing all the time. I want this
I
song,
can
this
imagine.
outfit,
Yes.
and the other one. So
Now,
we
when
even had to
you go
redesign.
back and change, you obviously are playing a concerto or
Yeah, I'm
piece.
doing my thing while she's there, and it's the timing has to be
And is
impeccable.
that still the Carpenters thing that you're doing while she's changing?
Yes, I was
Oh,
just
yeah.
going to mention that.
Yeah.
The sequence, it's
sequence.
exactly what they did,
Okay.
and it works very well.
So it
Yeah.
gives you enough time to rush in there because you don't have to do makeup or anything.
I just
No.
finished redesigning
Yeah,
the
it's
dressing
just
room
the
too, for the show.
costume change, no makeup
Just
and
a
hair
costume
changes.
change
Yeah.
or hair change, just a costume change and everything
Mhm.
else. Do you use the same costumes all the time, or do you like to kind of put something else that she wore in there to make it a little different?
Sometimes I'll mix it up a little bit. If we have an intermission, I add an additional concert so that I come back after the intermission
Yeah.
with something new.
Yeah.
So there's
So
a
there's
little
a
variation.
lot of differences and everything out there. So again, the Carpenters are going to they're going to open on June 21st at the Mint on Sahara. I got it right this time. And don't forget, we are at Siena Trattoria, Italian restaurant, and there's happy hour here and everything else. And we'll be right back with our next guest. Take care.
Opening on June 21st, a brand new Las Vegas residency, Carpenters Legacy at the Mint on Sahara, every Tuesday through Thursday at 4 and 7 p.m. Tickets are available at carpenterslegacy.com.
The definitive show celebrating the music and history of the famed brother-sister duo. Sally Olsen is Karen Carpenter.
I'm on the top of the world looking down.
Unsurpassed in her uncanny representation, Sally's performance honors the cherished legacy of the 1970s songstress.
Talking to myself and feeling
Carpenters fans around the country claim that Sally is the closest thing to Karen.
Nothing ever seems to fit. Hanging around, nothing to do but frown. Rainy days and Mondays always get me down. Just like me, they long to be close to you. Baby, 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 oh baby, I love you, I really do.
Join us on a trip down memory lane as Carpenter's legacy takes you back to the 70s with an evening filled with love, music, and excitement.